good morning, everyone.
Good
Thank you
morning,
for
sir.
Morning.
yun. Thank you for
Good
joining us
morning.
today. Actually, most of them are my students. So natatandaan ko yung mga pangalan nila. So ayun, thank you. And for the
Yay!
newbies, much better if we proceed now to our webinar since medyo limited lang yung time natin. Okay, so our topic for today is migrating servers and workloads in Windows Server 2016. Okay, short introduction muna. I am Vincent L. Bambuena. Now, regarding to my credentials, I am CompTIA Network Plus and Security Plus certified. Then with Microsoft, Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate, Microsoft Certified Professional, Microsoft Certified Solutions Expert, Microsoft Certified Trainer. So I am full-time here in EduPro. So I've been teaching for 3 years, this coming June 16. Then, actually, kung ano lang naman yung mga certifications na naipasa ko, yun yung mga tinuturo ko. So particularly in network, security, and Windows Server. Now, we are expecting several questions from this webinar since this is commonly used for consultation. So, alam niyo yan. Now, maybe not all your questions will be answered because we only have limited time. So you can contact me for any follow-up or additional questions through my email, vince.elbambuena@edupro.com.ph, or you can contact me through Viber. Okay? Now with our outline, so we have 3 topics that will be tackled for this webinar. First is installing Server Core. So I guess most of you guys knows about Server Core. Then preparing for upgrades and migrations. And for the last part will be the migrating server roles and workloads. So sa mga gustong mag-ask kung meron ba mga demonstration, yes. So meron tayong demonstration. And most of the questions siguro na ibibigay nyo sa akin will be answered through demonstration. Okay, so let's start with installing Server Core. So before anything else, if we are planning to install a server, particularly, we must know what are the hardware requirements. Okay, so Windows Server 2016 requirements needed to support Windows Server 2016 operating system depends on the services that the server is hosting. It also depends on the load on the server and how responsive you want the server to be. Okay, so the hardware requirements when it comes to processor architecture, at least 64-bit dapat. And then when it comes to processor speed, at least 1.4 gigahertz. And then with the memory or RAM, at least 512 MB. And for the hard disk space, at least 32 gigabytes. Okay, so I guess most of you guys are confused. So bakit ganito kababa? Okay, so take note that these hardware requirements is only to install the operating system without any workloads. Okay, then overview of installation options. So ano ba yung mga options natin if we want to install a server? So you can choose among the following installation options. So first, we have Windows Server 2016 Desktop Experience, or this is the full server installation, and it includes a complete graphical management interface. This installation option supports all Windows Server roles. Okay? So dun sa mga naka-encounter nung pag-install ng previous version, let's say Windows Server 2012. So the Windows Server plus the edition and with GUI, same lang siya with desktop experience. So Microsoft just changed the terminologies. Okay. Then next is Server Core. So Server Core is actually the lightweight version of our operating system, which will be covered to my demonstration. So papakita natin yan. And then Windows and Hyper-V containers can run on desktop experience or server core of Windows Server 2016 and provide further application isolation. So I guess something confusing pa rin. Okay? So Windows and Hyper-V containers is actually a new features in Windows Server 2016. So ibig sabihin, kung meron kang previous version, hindi mo siya magagamit. So now, what's with this container. Okay, containers are the next evolution in virtualization, where you can run any application without incompatibility. So specifically in terms of OS requirements. Okay, so unfortunately, hindi natin siya matatakal kasi medyo kukulangan tayo sa oras. So pero kung gusto nyong or you are interested to know more about containers, so pwede kayong reach out sa amin. Okay? So after natin ma-install yung server natin, next thing that we must consider is how to manage the server. So first is managing servers remotely. So kasi kung meron kang, let's say, 10 servers, so much better if you will administer or manage that server, that multiple servers, into single interface. So that is possible through remote access. Okay, so use the following options to remotely manage a computer that is running Windows Server 2016. So remote server administration tool. So this is the Windows features that is required if you use remote servers. Then for Server Manager, this is part of the Windows Server 2016 desktop experience, or you can run it from a Windows 10 workstation, but you must install the RSAT features. So yun lang naman yung kailangan dun. Then this is a primary GUI or graphical user interface tool to manage computers running Windows Server 2016. So I guess sa mga nag-take na ng mga or nag-handle ng mga servers, so alam nila yung Server Manager. Then management consoles for each role and features. So depende sa bawat role and features. Okay, next, Windows PowerShell, remoting and PowerShell Direct. So Windows PowerShell is topic natin sa next slide. So we will discuss that. And regarding to PowerShell Direct, so this is also a new features in Windows Server 2016. So paano yung PowerShell Direct? Let's say may running virtual machine ka. So before kasi ang nangyayari, we need to log in locally to that virtual machine para ma-monitor natin, let's say, or makapag-remote tayo. So now with this PowerShell Direct, using your host machine, you can directly script or you can directly command through PowerShell papasok dun kay VM. So that is the PowerShell Direct. Pero syempre, para magamit mo siya, kailangan mo muna maging updated sa Windows Server 2016 and other requirements. Then next is Remote Shell, or also known as Windows RS or WinRS, Windows Remote Shell. So this is a command line tool that we use. Then Remote Desktop, you can connect to a remote server computer that is running the server core installation or even the full installation. All right, then Group Policy. So you can use Group Policy to manage server core and full installations of Windows Server 2016. And of course, dahil nga remotely, so number one na kailangan natin i-consider dito is the firewall exceptions. So it's required for remote management. Okay, so as I've said earlier, so we will discuss about the PowerShell. Okay, so what is PowerShell? Okay, PowerShell commandlets execute at a Windows PowerShell command prompt or combine into Windows PowerShell scripts. So you can use Windows PowerShell to manage servers remotely. So I would say na parang siya yung in-enhance na command prompt. Okay? So take note, a headless server has no graphical user interface, and there is no compatibility for local sign-in. Therefore, we can use PowerShell para ma-achieve natin yung agenda natin. Okay, so with the use of PowerShell, we can import modules. We can use this for remote management. We can use this for PowerShell Direct.
So kami, we really have to find a way.
And we also use PowerShell for Windows PowerShell desired state configuration or DSC. So if you are familiar with DSC, so yung ginagawa niya rito from specific state or specific configuration, once na nagbago yun, si PowerShell mismo yung nagbabalik ng settings or ng configuration. So that is Windows PowerShell desired state configuration. Okay? So since okay na tayo sa overview ng Windows PowerShell, now let's plan for server core installation. So before anything else, what is server core? Okay, server core is more security enhanced, less resource intensive installation option than the desktop experience installation. So it is more secured because GUI-less or wala siyang GUI. And less resources needed compared to traditional desktop experience. So di ba pag may mga graphical user interface, pag mas extensive yan, mas malakas siyang mag-consume ng resources. Okay, so we must consider that na mas mag-benefit tayo kay server core. The next, an installation that cannot be converted to a full graphical shell version of Windows Server 2016. Unlike the previous version, Windows Server 2012 R2, the server core can convert into a desktop experience. So kumbaga convertible siya. So kay 2016 kasi ni-restrict na yun ni Microsoft. Okay, then this is the default installation option for Windows Server 2016. So definitely, makikita mo rito, Windows Server 2016 plus the edition. So pag walang nakalagay dyan, ibig sabihin server core yun. Pero pag meron dyan desktop experience, meaning GUI. Okay, so it is managed locally by using Windows PowerShell and other standard tools such as command prompt and let's say group policy. With remote management enabled, you rarely need to sign in locally. Okay, so I guess some of you guys are confused. Bakit tayo kailangan gumamit ng server core bukod dun sa security and sa resource intensive or less resource intensive. Okay, so the advantages of using server core, number one is to reduce update requirements. And then, a reduce hardware footprint. So of course, mas maliit yung magiging consume niya with resources. And then, as a smaller attack surface. Lalo na kung yung mga attacker natin is not familiar with hard code or sa mga scripts. So, kung mahihirapan silang mag-attempt or mag-intrusion. Okay, now, what are the server roles that can be used for server core? Ano yung mga pwede nating i-deploy kay server core? So we can use ADCS or Active Directory Certificate Services. Take note of that. Active Directory Domain Services, so meaning it is possible that your domain controller is a server core. Also, DHCP server, they can manage IPs and such as DNS server, file services, Active Directory Lightweight Directory Services or LDAP, or Hyper-V, pwede siya mag-host din, Print and Document Services, Streaming Media Services, Web Server, Windows Server Update Server, and also Active Directory RMS or Rights Management Services. So yun yung mga kaya niyang i-cater. Okay, so of course, the disadvantage, medyo limited lang yung compatible kay server core. And aside from that, there are applications, specifically for the third-party applications, na hindi nagra-run kay server core. Therefore, kailangan mo gumamit ng desktop experience. Okay, so I hope guys na nakakasabay tayo. Okay, next is the installation ng server core. Okay, so installing server core and server with desktop experience. So first, perform pre-installation tasks. So number one, disconnect UPS or uninterruptible power supply. Okay, so set up attempts to detect any devices connected to serial ports. And commonly, UPS equipment can cause problems with this process. So pwede hindi mag-proceed yung installation natin with this scenario. And then backup server, if this is not a clean install, let's say in-place upgrade yung gagawin mo. Okay, then disable antivirus software. Then after that, run the Windows Setup Wizard from installation media. It's the same thing that we do for installing a normal operating system. So you must provide local information, then choose server core installation, review and accept license, select installation location, and provide administrator password. So that's how it's worked. Okay, so after we install the operating system, yes, okay, thank you. So after we install the server core, or let's say the desktop experience, so you must complete the following, what we call post installation. Okay, so you must configure the IP address, set the computer name, join an Active Directory domain, configure the time zone, enable automatic updates, add roles and features, depends on the on your objectives. Then enable the remote desktop feature and configure Windows firewall settings. Okay, so I guess we can do this with GUI. What if in server core? So actually, let me introduce to you the sconfig, which is the most common tools that we use for managing server core. Okay, so again, server configuration or sconfig is most commonly used for managing server core. This will make your task become AC. Okay, now let me show you how it works. So, syempre, papakita ko tong sconfig na to once na ma-install ko yung server core. Okay. So, that is new installation. Okay. So, just like the same thing on how we install the normal operating system. Anyway, guys, meron na pala akong pre-created VMs or virtual machines dito. Ito yung gagamitin ko for demonstration. So, kailangan natin munang i-insert yung installer. Okay, then start na natin yung virtual machine. Okay, so accept natin yung default. Install now. Well, please expect na medyo slow yung response ng VM natin since medyo marami kasi yung laman ng computer. Okay, so as I've said, the default installation option is the server core. So kung mapapansin nyo, standard evaluation, that is server core. And then data center evaluation, server core din yan, as long as wala nakalagay na desktop experience. Okay, so we will choose data center evaluation edition. That is server core, then next. Then of course, we must accept the license term. And then, there we go. Okay, so after we install this server core, so I will do the post configuration or for post installation. So yun yung diniscuss natin kanina after you install the operating system or the server OS. So you must configure the IP address, join in or change the IP address, change the computer name, join in the domain, and I guess yun muna yung gagawin natin for this demonstration. Kasi kung gagawin natin lahat, medyo matatagalan tayo. Okay, so this is good start kung you're planning to deploy or to manage a server using server core. So ito yung magandang head start natin. So kumbaga, magkakaroon tayo ng idea on how to manage those servers. So pwede pala kayong, you can take down yung mga magiging questions nyo na meron naman tayong time after this webinar session or before this ends. So meron naman kayong time to ask your questions. Okay, so dun sa mga magtatanong kung paano ko siya mag-join kay domain. So here in Hyper-V, meron na ako dito nung running na domain controller. So we all know na once na nag-join ka na computer sa domain, it will require that your computer, that your domain controller is reachable. So therefore, ginawa ko, niran ko na yung domain controller. I hope we're clear dun sa dito sa dinedemo natin. Okay, since we still wait for this installation, so meron bang questions muna?
Meron ako, sir, question. Kung okay lang.
Yes.
Yes, sir. If you have multiple domain controllers, all having different roles, server roles, pwede bang mag-coexist yung isang server core dun sa may desktop experience?
Through virtual machine?
Okay, sir. So sabihin natin may apat ka na DC.
Okay.
Sinipa-hiwalay yung FSFO rules dun sa apat na DC.
Okay.
Pwede bang yung isang DC mo, naka-server core lang, tapos yung iba, desktop experience?
Yes, of course. Yes, that is possible, sir. So yung iba kasi ganun na ginagawa. Depende dun sa critical level ng roles. So ginagawa nila pag medyo critical, kay server core nila dinideploy.
Okay. Tapos yung last question ko, sir, pwede bang mag-coexist yung isang RODC? Kasi sa mga offices namin sa region and district, mga RODC pa sila, and siguro it will take time for us to be able to upgrade them to the same first functional level. Pero can it coexist?
Actually, sir, when we say RODC, hindi mo siya pwedeng i-upgrade. So, pinakaiba niya lang naman with the other writable domain controller, pwede siya mag-accept ng replication, pero hindi siya pwede mag-initiate ng replication. Now, if you're planning to upgrade, yung sinasabi mo, sir, na i-upgrade mo yung RODC nyo, hindi siya possible. Ang gagawin mo, panibagong promotion ka ng domain controller. Ganon yung mangyayari doon. And ang isang drawback kasi ng RODC, sa isang site, isang RODC lang yung pwede mong i-deploy.
Limitation po yun ng...
Sorry?
Ano po yun? Yan, server.
Choppy yung line mo, sir.
Mamaya na lang.
Okay, sige. Any other questions? Ito, malapit na may countdown tayo. 84%. Anyway, alam kong lahat ang inaabangan nyo rito is the actual migration ng servers. So meron akong ni-ready ditong VMs. Iti-demo ko din siya mamaya about the transferring ng roles or ng FSMO, Flexible Single Master Operation roles, and yung pag-seize ng roles. So yung dalawang yun yung last na magiging demonstration ko. Kasi I'm pretty sure na halos lahat ng itatanong nyo dun mag-fall, dun sa demonstration na yun. So yun yung magiging answer sa mga questions.
Saka sir, may ano ba po ba to? Magpapadala po kayo ng recording?
Pwede po kayo mag-contact kay Ma'am Grace. So as far as I know, meron yan, meron yung mga umattend. Pero dapat mapatapos yung webinar session.
Thank you.
Wow, 78 attendees. Okay, so ito lang naman yung matagal dito. Once completed, so mabilis na yung magiging demonstration natin. Okay, so please wait lang. Okay, so anyway, regarding dun sa certification, so I guess meron tayo dito mga certified professional din with Microsoft. So bawat training natin, meron tayong mga exams. So yung MCP na credentials po, once na nakapasa ka ng any Microsoft course, so automatically meron kang MCP na title. And then yung MCSA naman o Microsoft Solutions, Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate. So depende sa track. So dito kasi sa 2016, tatlong exam yung kailangan mong ipasa bago mo makuha yung credentials na yan. Then Microsoft Certified Solutions Expert. So yun naman yung MCSA ka, and then meron kang specific course na kailangang ipasa. And then the Microsoft Certified Trainer naman. So kailangan more than 1 year ka na nagtuturo ng Microsoft, and nire-register natin yan kay Microsoft. So kung meron kayong mga questions about dun sa exams, certification exams, or sa mga trainings, so pwede nyo kaming kontakin dun sa inquire@edopro.com.ph. Yes, Sir Donaldo.
My question is, right now, yung sa because of the pandemic, di ba? So, paano yung magiging training na true virtual na rin ba?
Optional, sir. Pwedeng virtual, pwedeng dito. Pwede rin naman office-based, pero we guaranteed naman the social distancing and any safety precautions.
Okay. So, in case, same price pa rin yun kung mapa-office o mapa-virtual, right?
Not sure, sir. Si sales po namin yung makakasagot dun sa question nyo.
Then my question is, yung Windows Server 2016 ba, wala pa siyang built-in na sarili niyang antivirus?
Meron, sir. Yung Windows Defender. So yun
Windows
yung built-in.
Defender. Just in case we can install Bitdefender na pang server, hindi kayo magka-conflict?
Depende, sir, kasi hindi ko pa na-evaluate yung sa Bitdefender, pero most probably kung magre-release tayo,
Lalagyan.
kung lalagyan natin, kumbaga mangyari lang naman dyan, parang mag-merge lang naman yung mga rules nila eh.
So, is there any conflict naman? Or okay lang yung built-in niya?
If you ask me, sir, kung Microsoft, let's say solid Microsoft lang or Windows product lang yan, Windows Defender is good enough. Pero kung medyo may mga third-party application tayo, kasi kadalasan ganyan eh. So yung kasi nagre-require ng third-party antivirus software.
Kasi right now, isa-set up ko yung bagong bili naming server na 2016 at the same time yung terminal server na meron akong 10 license. Kasi right now, we practice yung social distancing, lalo na yung workstation distancing. Because this is the new normal, right? So, yeah. Wala eh. That is the normal na wala tayong magagawa. Bumili kami ng 10 license because yung iba kasi work from home. So, we would yung ibang user namin na maka-access through terminal server sa bahay, then we will use the public IP address.
Okay.
Is that safe? Kasi meron naman sarili na rin namang built-in firewall, di ba? Si Windows Server 2016, right?
Yes.
Kasi yung iba sa office, so yung iba sa bahay, so they need to access yung business application through terminal server Windows 2016. So kung safe naman na yung antivirus na.
Ang importante lang naman, sir, sa mga antivirus natin, number one, kailangan always updated yan.
Oo, yes.
Kasi pagka yan updated, ang possible
access naman na yung out of the 10 At out of the 10 AD, yung Bitdefender kasi yung pumasok sa requirement namin.
I see. So possible siya, sir,
Kaya,
but
kasi di ba ang dami namang AD hanggang 21, di lang yata.
yes, marami yan, sir. But I would suggest na i-test mo muna bago yung i-apply mo sa production.
Okay. But for the meantime, siguro yung built-in na lang muna, no?
Yes, sir.
Kasi I'm worried, i-access na nila sa labas eh. Through public IP address.
External na kasi yun eh.
Oo, external na.
Okay, so okay na tayo, sir? Thank you, sir. Let me proceed with my demonstration. Okay. So after I install the server core, so yung next thing na kailangan kong gawin is to put a password. Then confirm password. Ay, okay na. Okay. So ito na siya. Ang server core. Okay, so next yung gagawin natin after we install this, gagamit tayo ng PowerShell. So type lang natin si PowerShell. And then from C administrator or C users administrator, so mag-iiba yan, magiging C users, magiging PS. Magkakaroon siya ng PS sa unahan. Okay. Okay, now yung gagawin natin, check muna natin yung current IP, current computer name muna. So env computer name. So ito para lang i-display niya. Ayan, so normally naman ganyan, kumbaga random. So kailangan nating i-update later on because it may be difficult for us para mag-manage ng servers na ganito yung computer name. Okay, next check naman natin yung IP address. Get. So take note in PowerShell when we say get command always display the output or kumbaga i-list down niya lang. Net IP address. Pipeline, so meaning mayroon pang further condition. FT stands for format table and then IP address. Now enter. Yan, so iba, pag nakita yung mga ganyang script po, sarap mag-PowerShell. Pero pag medyo mahaba na yung mga scripts, so yan yung medyo masakit na sa ulo. Yan. So currently, ang IP address niya is 172.16.0.1.0.160. Okay, so ano babaguhin natin yan? We will now perform a post installation. So type lang natin si sconfig or server configuration .cmd. And then ito na yung nasa presentation natin kanina. Yan. Okay. So before we join a computer to the domain, so yung first thing na kailangan natin gawin is yung IP address. Kailangan muna nating masettle yung IP address niya. Okay? So in these options, number 8 is the network settings. Therefore, I will press 8, then enter. So meaning magpo-proceed siya dun sa network settings. And then the network address, the index number. So it will depend on how many network interface cards are in your servers. Kung meron yan 10, 10 rin lalabas dito. But for this scenario, index number 1 lang. Enter. And then what are the options na pwede ko i-perform? So yung una is the network adapter address. So press 1, enter. So pipili ka ngayon kung D for DHCP or yung automatic obtaining ng IP or S if static or ito yung manual na mag-a-assign ka ng IP. So So ang gagawin natin, mag-manual tayo ng IP. So gagawin natin yung 172.16.0.26. Yung kanina is 160. Okay, then press enter, and then automatically, kailangan mo input ngayon yung subnet mask, which is a class B network, 255.255.0.0. Press enter, and then for the gateway, 172.16.0.1. Okay, so okay na tayo dun kay network adapter or network address. So next is the DNS naman. So take note, without configuring DNS settings, hindi mo ma-join kay domain yung isang computer. So isa sa pinaka-importante ito kasi kailangan niya makontak si domain controller. Press 2 to set the DNS servers. Now, enter new preferred DNS server. So ang kailangan kong input dito is wait. This one, this domain controller. Yung IP address niya is .10. So input natin si 172.16.0.10. Press enter. Okay. And then optional kung let's say for this example, hindi ako maglalagay ng alternate DNS server, enter lang. Okay, so I guess we're all set. Back tayo dito kay main menu, press number 4. Okay, then next is domain workgroup. Press 1. Now, regarding to computer name, so dito kasi yung sconfig, once na nag-join ka ng computer sa domain, before siya mag-restart, mag-ask siya or mag-notify if you would like to change the computer name. So, ganun na yung gagawin natin. Okay, change domain, click D for domain, and the name of the domain. So, edatum.com for this example. Take note, dapat online yung domain controller. Okay, then credentials. And then, of course, password. Ayan. So do you want to change the computer name before restarting the computer? So yes. Gawin natin tong new dash installation. Then press enter. Okay, so kailangan pa rin daw authorize. Of course, dapat administrator or meron kang rights to perform those tasks. Okay, that's it. So, kasama actually dapat sa demonstration na to, ipapakita natin yung current IP niya, yung computer name niya, pero medyo kukulangan na tayo sa oras, so i-skip na natin yun. Okay, now proceed with the next topic, preparing for upgrades and migrations. Okay, so in-place upgrades versus server migration. So ito yung kahit dati pa na always may mga debate about dito. So upgrading to Windows Server 2016 can upgrade from Windows Server 2008 R2 or later. Now if you would ask me why 2008 R2? Okay, because starting Windows Server 2008 R2, Microsoft required that the hardware processor architecture must be 64-bit for Windows Server installation. So hindi na pwede 32-bit starting 2008 R2 server. Okay, then can only upgrade to same or newer editions as long as meron ka installer. Then requires same processor architecture. So definitely dapat 64-bit siya. Okay? Okay, now for example, yung previous Windows Server ko is 2003. Okay, 32-bit. kailangan ko siyang i-upgrade ng 64-bit para ma-upgrade ko siya. Or ma-migrate ko siya, rather. So, kung yun yung pinaka-options mo. Kailangan i-migrate mo siya. There is no options para in-place upgrade mo siya. Kasi when you say in-place upgrades, same hardware yung gagamitin mo. So, next, migrating to Windows Server 2016. Mas migrate from 32-bit version of Windows Server. So, kailangan meron kang separate or clean server that is running 64-bit. Then, dun mo nga ililipat yung server mo. Then, can use the Windows Server Migration Tools feature. So, itong feature na to, nag-start yan kay 2003, if I'm not mistaken. So, kasama na yan sa built-in ng Windows Server natin. So, naka-install na siya, pero hindi pa siya totally naka-enable. So, kailangan lang natin i-enable yan. Okay, then in-place upgrade scenarios. So, perform an in-place upgrade when existing servers meet hardware requirements. So let's say, yung sinabi natin kaninang at least 32 gig halimbawa for installation ng OS. So kung yung current server mo is hindi compliance dun sa requirement na yon, therefore, kailangan mong mag-migrate. Pero kung kaya naman, therefore, you can in-place upgrade your servers. And then software products installed on an existing server support as in-place upgrade. So kasama na yon. Then you want to keep existing data and security permissions. You want to keep existing roles, features, and settings. Now, the benefit of an in-place upgrade is that you avoid hardware expenses because you install Windows Server 2016 on the existing hardware. And another benefit is that files, settings, and programs are kept intact on the server. Pero yun nga lang, ang drawback natin dito, let's say pag meron kang mga DLL files na sa previous one, let's say, sige, may mga malicious software dyan. So once na nag-in-place upgrade ka, hindi mawawala yun kasi nandun pa rin siya. Kasi when we say in-place upgrade, OS lang naman yung babaguhin mo. Then the rest will be the same. So,
Sir.
yes?
Yes. Sir, question, sir.
Yes? Ano, sir?
Sir, pwede ba yung sir? Yung 2008 na server 32-bit? Mayroon pa ba, sir?
2008 na 32-bit, kailangan mong gawin dyan.
Pwede na.
Hindi siya pwede sa in-place. Pwede siya sa migration.
Yes, sir. Kasi sir, yung system namin is DOS-based pa.
Sa take note, once na 2008 ang server natin, and lalo na 32-bit, there is no option for in-place upgrade. So, ang magiging option mo dyan, migrate. Meaning, you have to install a new server running 64-bit and let's say 2016 server. And then, tsaka mo ngayon i-export yung mga roles, features, and then i-import mo ngayon dito sa bagong server. So, ganun yung mangyayari dun, sir.
So meaning sir, yung 2008 i-upgrade ko ng 16?
Hindi mo siya ma-upgrade, sir. Pwede, migrate lang yung option mo. Kasi 32-bit yan eh. Hindi yan pwede ma-upgrade ng 64-bit.
Okay.
So, migrate, sir. Clean installation, tapos ito mo ililipat.
So i-migrate ko yung from 2008 to 16?
Pero dapat 64 muna. Upgrade mo muna into 64-bit. Sorry. Migrate mo muna into 64-bit bago mo siya mailipat ng 2016. Or pwede naman din sabay. Basta hiwalay na server.
Hiwalay na server, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Salamat.
Okay. So, dun sa mga additional questions, siguro pagtapos na lang. Okay. Now, when you perform a migration, you do not affect your current Windows Server 2008 or later IT infrastructure. So, once you install Windows Server 2016, you can perform tests such as drivers or system performance tests before you introduce that server to the domain. So kumaga in this way, the process of installation and testing is less likely to affect your current IT infrastructure. Then perform software product migration in a separate environment. So for any software solution with an earlier Windows Server edition, you must refer to the product documentation for information about how to migrate that solution to Windows Server 2016. Kasi kumbaga, case to case yun eh. Hindi naman Microsoft product yan para kumbaga ma-specify ni Microsoft kung ano yung mga pwede sa hindi. Then perform migration of server roles, features, and settings in a separate environment. So just like on how we migrate the software products, then ensure new OS enhancements are installed by default. So we have many enhancements that Windows Server 2016 introduced, such as security, functionality, or performance enhancement. So those are not enabled by default. Now, when performing migration into Windows Server 2016, deploys as a clean installation with all new enhancement installed. So it ensures that the OS is more secure and has new functionalities installed by default kasi na-migrate mo siya. Okay, then migrating server roles and recommendations for server consolidation. So first, analyze if co-hosting of multiple roles is supported. So magdidepende kasi sa magiging workload nung isang server. Then deploy roles that are not supported for co-hosting on additional servers. Let's say meron kang roles na let's say meron tayong panibagong role na nagraran kay Windows Server 2016 na hindi available kay 2008 server. Therefore, kailangan mo magkaroon ng 2016 para magamit mo yung role na latest kay 2016. Then determine if co-hosting multiple roles affects server performance. Since this is a server, it should not. Then analyze if co-hosted roles are supported for high availability. Since server, laging kasama sa plan, high available, dapat may mga BCP, DRP, and so on. Now for migrating server roles and workloads, the roles that you can migrate from supported earlier editions of Windows Server to Windows Server 2016 include those roles. Okay, so when planning to migrate servers, you must create a list on the server roles that you want to migrate and the steps for that each involves. Kasi hindi pare-pareho yung mangyari migration each role eh. So depende yan. So kailangan i-document mo muna lahat yun. Kumbaga kailangan mo muna ma-finalize yun bago mo totally i-perform yung migration. Okay, so again, ito lang yung supported nung earlier editions natin na ma-migrate. Okay, so now we have a default tools, as I've said earlier, the Windows Server migration tools na pwede natin gamitin for, para mas madali yung magiging migration natin. Pakita ko si migration tools. Siguro later pag ini-start ko na to. So i-start ko muna yung dalawang VM na gagamitin ko for demonstration. Yan. Okay. Then migrating server roles across domains or forests. Now, when migrating server across domains or in domains, create a new Windows Server 2016 ADDS forest. Okay, so for example, meron kang domain 1. So dahil nga magkaibang domain dapat sila, kailangan mo mag-create ng another domain, let's say domain 2. Okay, so syempre dapat same forest yan. So magkaibang domain lang sila. Then after that, deploy applications on new servers. So syempre kung ano yung in-host nung naunang server, then yun nga lang, pag nag-migrate tayo, matrabaho. Kasi every role kailangan mong export, then import, and then manual installation of every roles and features. So pero ang recommendation ng Microsoft dito, in place versus migration, of course, yung migration, yung recommendation ni Microsoft. Kasi kumbaga, ito yung security or secured way on how we upgrade our servers. Going back, after you deploy the application on new servers, establish ADDS trust between the current and the new ADDS forest. So, take note kasi pag magkaibang domain yan, kahit nasa same forest sila without trust relationship, it is not possible for them to communicate. So, kaya kailangan may trust. Kumbaga para siyang link or bridge para magtutuloy sa dalawang magkaibang domain. Okay, then, migrate ADDS objects, migrate application data and settings. After that, decommission and remove the old ADDS environment. Okay? So, yun yung magiging procedure natin for migrating ng server roles across domains or even forests. So now, karamihan sa questions, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, kung paano yung pag-upgrade, pag-migrate. So now, meron akong naka-reading dalawang demonstration. So yung una is transferring ng roles, pangalawa is yung seizing ng roles. So para dun sa hindi familiar, so ano ba yung roles na sinasabi ko? That is FSMO, that is Flexible Single Master Operations. So every domain controller, every domain kasi, meron tayong 5 holder. So yung 5 holder na yun, that is the operation master, isang domain controller lang yung pwedeng mag-hold bawat role. Pero take note, pwede naman kahit 5 sila sa isang role. Pero hindi pwedeng yung magkaibang server yung mag-hold nung operations master. Okay? So, since overtime na tayo, I will go quickly na lang dun sa demonstration natin. New installation. Okay. Yan. So, itong Edo Pro 1, this is the current holder nung operations master natin. Okay. Now, ang ginawa ko dito, nag-create ako ng panibagong server. Okay, so after I installed the Windows Server 2016, ginoin ko siya kay domain. So meaning, this Edo Pro 1 2016 is a member of the domain in 2008 R2. Okay. Now, let me discuss first the transferring of roles. So we use transferring of roles for plan, or this is a plan, transferring ng roles. So when you say planned, meaning there is no data loss. So bakit walang data loss? Kasi naka-up pa yung primary domain controller mo. Ililipat mo yung yung 5 operation master. Unlike yung seizing ng roles, so bakit kailangan pang discuss ang seizing ng roles? So we use seizing ng roles pag, let's say, for some reason, for hardware failure, biglang nag-down yung primary server mo, paano mo mahuhugot yung operations master? So yun naman yung magiging second demonstration ko. Okay. So verify lang natin kung member si 2016 ng domain, member siya ng domain. Actually, pinremote ko na rin pala siya into domain controller. So dapat wala siya sa computer, dapat nandito siya kay domain controllers. Yan, itong new. Yun yung computer name niya. Okay. So now, ang unang gagawin ko, check muna natin dito. NetDOM or Network Domain Query, FSMO or Flexible Single Master Operations, to be able for us to see who are the holders of each role. Yan. So yung 5, that is Schema Master, Domain Naming Master, PDC, Read Pool Manager, Infrastructure Master. So unfortunately, hindi ko siya ma-explain bawat isa kasi mahahaba yung topic na yan. So kung gusto nyo mapag-aralan yung bawat role na yan, pwede nyo kontakin yung sales namin for dedicated training. Okay. So now maglalagin ako sa new domain controller. So, ayan. So, later on, after we transfer the roles, the operation master role, so yung magiging holder nito, ito nang si new. new.edopro1.com. So, habang hinihintay natin yan, no. Oh, still loading. Yan. So again, transferring of roles, dapat online yung current holder ng master operations natin. So ang gagawin natin, kukuhanin natin yon from 2008, ililipat natin dito kay new. This is a computer name. Opening command prompt. Check ulit natin, net dom query fsmo. Kung talaga bang si 2008 R2 yung operation master holder natin. Ayan. So tama, 2008 R2. Okay. Okay. So habang hinihintay natin yan, so actually pwede mong i-perform to via PowerShell, pero para mas maintindihan natin, gagawin ko siya via GUI. So yun nga, as expected, medyo mabagal yung machine natin. So yung una, yung read pool manager, then yung infrastructure master and yung PDC natin, dito natin siya malilipat kay Active Directory users and computers. So, ililist down ko lang yung mga roles para hindi natin makalimutan. Yan. So, we have PDC here, Primary Domain Controller. We have Read or Relatively Identifier. We have Infrastructure Master. So this is domain-wide, while yung forest-wide naman natin is the Schema Master and Domain Naming Master. So ito yung limang role na ililipat natin. Okay, now, right-click lang natin dito sa Active Directory Users and Computers. All Tasks, Operations Master. So ito yung tatlo. Read, PDC, and Infrastructure. Okay, so change lang natin from 2008, gagawin natin new.edopro1.com. That is how we migrate the operation master. Successful. Then kay PDC, ganun din. Same process. So take note, kung sino yung magpe-perform ng task na to, kailangan member siya ng domain admin group. So yun yung required permission. Hindi yung, let's say, standard user magagawa to, no. Walang permission. Then that's it. Nalipat na natin yung tatlo. Now to verify, dapat yung tatlo, si new.edupro1.com na yung holder. Yan. So PDC, read, and infrastructure, ang holder na is new.edupro1.com. Okay? So meron pa tayong dalawa. So unahin natin si domain naming master. Now si domain naming master, kailangan natin gamitin si Active Directory Domains and Trusts. Then right-click, Operations Master, change. Okay? So apat na dapat sila, si schema na lang yung may iwan. Yan. Now with schema, ito hindi siya ganun kadali actually. Ina-access siya through MMC. So add, remove, snap in. So yun nga lang, by default, wala ditong Active Directory schema. So kailangan natin siyang i-register. How to register? Type lang natin si regsvr32 or register server. Then schema management.tll. Okay, registered. So pag bumalik ako ng MMC or Microsoft Management Console, file, add, remove, snap in, dapat available na si schema. Okay? Okay, so unlike yung naunang apat na role, with Active Directory, kung mapansin nyo, ang holder or ang current connected siya with server 2008 R2. Kailangan mo muna siyang ilipat. Change Active Domain Controller into 2016 or itong new natin. Okay, bago mo siya ilipat. Sorry. Change. Sorry. Wait. Okay, so it's some technical problem, but it should work. Okay, so ang sinasabi niya kasi rito, hindi niya makontak, naka-up naman yung server natin. 2008 R2 yan. Ito, naka-up siya. So, VM ano lang yan, VM issue. So, hindi na natin kasi yan Okay, so hindi na kasi natin yan matotroubleshoot dahil nga limited time tayo. Meron pa kasi ako isang demo. Okay? So, yun lang yun. So, that is transferring ng roles. And then, next is seizing ng roles. So, revert ko muna yung machine para bumalik siya sa initial state. Wherein, yung server 2008 R2 yung primary and then ililipat kay 2016. So remember, ang seizing ng roles, kumbaga nagkaroon bigla ng hardware failure or hindi na capable yung old domain controller or old master operation holder to operate. Therefore, kumbaga huhugutin siya ng panibagong server. But take note, kailangan domain controller siya or member siya ng domain controller. So kung mapansin nyo, hindi ko in-start yung primary or yung pinaka-holder natin, si 2008 R2. Kasi nga, ang pinaka-test natin, nag-down yung primary. So ito, mabilis lang to. Itong loading lang yung medyo... Thank you. Okay, so habang hinihintay natin yung naglo-load, is there any question? Any question? Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello? Yes?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sir Donaldo? Yeah?
Teka, medyo di kita marinig.
Okay. Anong question, sir?
My question is... Teka, bakit ganun? Hindi ko marinig.
Yes, Sir Donado, go ahead. We can hear you, sir.
I guess yung other questions muna. If there's any.
Maybe Vince, no? Maybe we can try to answer some of the questions that they have included during the registration.
Yeah, sure.
Sige, let's start with, hold on. Okay, there's this one question. How to migrate server 2012 to 2019 specifically on Active Directory?
19 or 16?
But this is 2012 to 2019.
Actually, hindi siya part kasi our webinar is up to 2016. But still, kung ano yung pinerform kong demo, pareho lang yung ganun lang din.
Okay, great. Benefits of upgrading, any cons or pros?
Okay, so number one, you must upgrade your server or migrate your servers into latest version if you are planning to use the new features and new roles that are not available from the previous version.
Okay. One is the maximum size that you can allocate on Windows Server 2016.
Maximum size if he or she is referring to a memory that is up to 16 terabytes. And if about this space naman, it will depend on the cluster size, but the default cluster size is can allocate up to 16 terabytes also.
All right, noted. And I think some of them are using still the old version of Windows Server. So can you cite some new features on the Windows Server 2016?
Yes. We have a lot of new roles and features in Server 2016. So actually lahat yan ano kay 2740 na course. So meron tayong, as we discussed earlier, the containerization. If you are familiar with Docker. So ngayon supported na siya ni 2016 server. Aside from that, nested virtualization. So before kasi never inallowed ni Microsoft yung VM magra-run inside the VM. So now kay 2016 version, yes, pwede na po siya. And then meron tayong mga hot rolling cluster upgrades wherein may mga clustering ka na nagra-run ng let's say 2012 R2, pwede mo siyang i-upgrade yung isa magpapasok ka ng 2016 version. Kasi previous hindi naman pwede yan. Kumbaga panibagong cluster ka na. So, meron tayo mga storage spaces features. So, that is only available in Server 2016 Data Center Edition and many, many more.
Alright. Alright, many more. I think, Sir Donaldo, can you already hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So
We can
the
hear
one
you.
my question is already answered. So what is the new about the Windows Server 2016? Mr. Vincent answered that. My second question is hindi ko siya masyadong na elaborate kay ng naintindihan. What is Windows Server default interface in Windows 2016?
Let me show you na lang, sir, dun sa pag-create ng volume.
Yes.
Kasi yun yung sa question kanina.
Yeah, hindi ko masyado na ano yan.
Pero later. Kasi meron pa kailangang install para mag-create ng volume. Pero meron na akong
Okay.
ni-ready. Wait lang, meron akong ni-ready
Okay.
kasi rito eh. Let me just provide a screenshot
Okay.
para lang makita
No
yung
problem.
pinaka-interface.
Okay, no problem.
Yan. So dito siya sa pag-create ng panibagong volume kay Server Manager. So yung NTFS natin, yung file system, meron diyang allocation unit size, which is meron tayong default na pag kumbaga ito na yung default niya.
Okay.
So now yung options dito, pag default, ang maximum size ng file 16 terabytes. Pag yung 4096 naman 32. Pag yung
How many?
8192,
16? Okay.
16 yung default, yung 4096 is 32. Yung 8192 is 64. Sorry, the 16K is the 64 terabyte, and then the 32K is the 128 terabytes, and the largest, if the allocation unit size is 64K or KB, up to 256 terabytes. So yung limitation niya.
Okay. Okay. Wait on.
Okay, so I guess let me proceed with my last demonstration, yung pag-seize ng roles. So again, yung primary holder natin naka-down, and then kailangan niya makuha yung 5 role. Okay, so yung una, NTDS or NT Directory Services Util para pumasok sa console. And then next is roles, connections. So hindi ko na i-explain to para mabilis tayo. Then currently yung role holder natin is 2008, right? Now, ililipat ko siya rito kay 2016, kay new. Kailangan ko muna i-connect kasi ang connection niya ngayon ay kay 2008. Connect to server new.edupro1.com. Okay, so connected. Next, quit. So the FISMO or FSMO maintenance will appear. Ito na yung actual pagsaseize natin ng roles. Seize. Wait. Ulitin natin. Okay. So para makita muna natin yung current holder. Yan. Again, 2008 R2. Then balik tayo kay NTDS, roles, connections. Okay. Now says naming master. That is for domain naming master. So dito, normal lang na makakita tayo ng some error kasi hindi niya makokontak yung primary. Kasi ang scenario nga natin, naka-down yung primary. But then, maging successful pa rin yan. says okay, so sa mga magtatanong kung ano yung mga malilipat dito, so yung pinaka-database, let's say yung mga objects inside the Active Directory, yun po yung nililipat natin dito. Yun yung migration na ginagawa natin. So again, kay Notepad, so again dun sa limang operation master natin, we have domain naming master, we have schema master, we have infrastructure master, we have PDC, and we have the relatively identifier master or read master. Okay. So, naka-ready na rin yung next ko, yung schema master. So, yun naman yung ina-attempt ngayon. Then, type ko na rin yung next. Sys infrastructure master. Ito, okay lang yung Win32 error na yan na hindi niya makontak. But still, may mahuhugot pa rin natin yung role. Siguro hindi na natin patapusin. Yun lang naman yung script niya. Sys naming master, schema master, then sys infrastructure master, sys PDC, sys read master. So check natin kung nailipat na yung nauna. Netdom query. So dapat yung una, which is the naming master, dapat nalipat. Ayun. Take note, down yung primary server. Naka-turn off. Okay. Update natin yung pangalawa. Okay. Nailipat na. Okay, so that is how we seize nung roles. Okay, so balik tayo dun sa mga questions. As the last part of this webinar, meron ba tayong additional questions? Any
Hello.
question? Yes.
Yes. My last question is it possible yung third-party directory service malink natin doon sa Active Directory?
Yes, ang ginagamit natin dyan is init org person na object. That is a default object na ang use niya is to come up with the third-party directory services para sa mga objects.
Okay. So, possible, no?
Yes, sir.
Kasi yun yung mga tinitingnan ko for the, sa Active Directory kung mga possible. So, possible pala siya.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay na tayo, sir? Sir Donaldo?
Yes, that is actually marami kong question but we have limited time. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Then, Sir
Okay.
Vincent. Uy, same name.
Ay, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, sa sa government, marami kaming mga regional and district offices. Ang
Okay.
tanong ko lang po, since hindi naman po magsasabay-sabay ma-upgrade namin, sila po kasi yung region and district naka-RODC. Okay, magko-coexist po ba yun? I mean, okay lang ba na i-upgrade ko yung DC sa main data center namin to serve yung forest functional level ng 2016
Okay.
para makaka-connect pa ba si ano? I mean, makakapag-read pa ba ng Active Directory database si RODC na 2008 R2? Yun lang
Yes,
po
sir.
yung gusto ko clarify.
Yes, sir. Mariread niya pa rin yan, pero merong mga objects dyan na hindi masasama sa pag-migrate or hindi mare-replicate. Kumbaga, hindi kasi guaranteed na 100% okay lahat. So, meron talaga maiiwan dyan kasi may mga incompatibility from previous version sa bagong version. Doon
Oh,
sa RODC,
yes, sir.
wala tayong problema dyan kasi one-way replication lang naman yan eh.
Oh, okay. So bali kasi yung ano ko lang doon is given naman yun na yung ibang features ng 2016 server ay hindi talaga siya may made available or readily available dun sa mga magko-connect na RODC na 2008 R2. Yung
Okay.
main function lang naman po nila ay sa Active Directory, yung sa replication ng yung mga AD objects. Yun lang
Okay.
naman po. The rest, okay
Ah,
lang naman.
When it comes to Active Directory, 100% na okay, wala magiging problema yan. Basta Microsoft lang tayo.
Opo.
Kasi kadalasan na nagiging challenge kasi dyan pag may mga third party. Kasi normal kasi yung mga third party application or any other objects.
Sige po. Yun lang po, sir. Salamat po.
Okay, thank you.
Yung recording. Paputol-putol po kasi connection ko eh.
Okay, sige. Thank you, Sir Vincent.
Hindi nga marinig minsan.
Ito, tip lang dun sa mga nagpa-plan ng migration, kagaya nung ginawa kong Hello, again. Pwede tayong mag-create ng separate environment or test environment
No, wala.
to perform migration muna. Any other question? I guess okay na siguro. Wala na po bang
Yeah.
question? Raise hand po dun sa magtatanong.
Seems wala na. Kasi it's almost 12. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock already.
Sorry guys.
Baka they're on
Hindi
their
talaga
lunch
kaya.
break na.
Kasi maraming pantanong, baka abutin tayo ng maraming oras.
Anyway, you could send naman more questions. Well, it's given naman na yung email. And then, well, yeah, we suggest nga for other, yung ibang questions na na-raise pala on the during the registration. I think it's not part of the topic though, but they're included in our classroom course and in our Windows Server classes. So we'll just give you more information on that. And then, Sir Vince, no, I'll just make segue lang. Since na-inquire about yung virtual class, kung paano yung setup. So the virtual live training that we have is actually the same as the classroom training done virtually. So you can attend the class, a live class, at the comfort of your home or in your office or anywhere where you are, you're comfortable with. So with the virtual live training, you receive live instructions from our certified trainers. You will see the demos as well. You perform virtual laboratories because you will have access to the online labs. You also have an access to the online content, or even the course materials and presentations. Of course, since this is live, you will have you could also participate in during discussion. And just like our usual classroom training or traditional classroom training, you receive post-class support services, wherein you can still ask for more questions, ask support even after the training. And the best of this one is you could have access as well to the recorded lessons or the videos. So you could basically review or it could be your reference after the class for a certain period of time. So minimal requirement for this, basically internet connection, of course your own machine. We will provide you the specifications requirement, monitors, preferably dual monitors, And then, of course, the content will be provided to you. We will send you more details about this, also the available courses already for the virtual live training. So we'll be sending you an email, included as well the link to the recorded video or the recorded session. We'll send it to you via email.
Questions, April. One question.
Go ahead, sir.
When you said virtual, is that live or kasi we pwede may times kang piliin or balikan mo yung course na na tinitrain mo? Kasi kapag live parang talagang paglalaanan mo ng how many days, right?
Yes, sir. Just like our
Mm-mm.
classroom training, it's live.
Mm-mm.
Sessions will be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So
Okay,
whatever the
so
usual
Mm.
break, we'll have a 12 noon break and the
Mm-mm.
in between breaks in the morning and afternoon. So it's the same thing that with the traditional instructor. It's a public
Okay.
class, but you could
Mm-mm.
also request for a dedicated one, like for say for your own team. If you like say have like a group of 5 or more, we can also do a dedicated live training for you.
So there will be an options na pwede mong balik-balikan, parang online, so rather than live, there will be no options.
If you have attended the virtual live training,
Mm-mm.
basically you would have access to the recorded version.
Okay. Because sometimes we have to spend time, hindi naman sa buong araw, so you can send questions sana. Like, medyo nakafocus ka pa dun sa ginagawa mo eh.
Yes, we fairly understand that if you be attending it in let's say in your office or in at home. So basically may mga
Mm-mm.
some types of this medyo madidisturb ka,
Interaction.
distract. Yes. Yes, we do understand that. Yeah. So this will be available na even weekdays, and we also do Saturday sessions as well.
Saturday. So
Yes.
is it possible every Saturday, no? Until sa
Yes, sir.
complete the training, right?
Yes, sir. So
Okay,
even it's a
but
five
there is
days
still time.
duration. Sorry,
Mm.
sir.
There is still time, yung schedule,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. It's still the same from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay, good.
All right. So any more questions for Sir Vince or for our services? Again, you could check our website. It's again www.edupro.com.ph, or you could just simply send an email to inquire@edupro.com.ph for further questions.
Sa bagong building na ba kayo pag nag-training?
Yes, we're already now at
Okay.
the Nexus Center in Metropolitan Avenue. Oh, by the way, before I forgot, we also wanted to announce for those who will be taking the certification exam, we already opened our testing center. They'll be open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. from Monday to Friday. So
Mhm.
if you wanted to take the exam, definitely our center is already available, disinfected, safe. So we make sure that our clients will basically be safe when you come into our office or in our center. So there, you could also send an email to
Okay.
inquire for more questions or how to administer the exam. And one more,
Okay.
if you wanted to take CompTIA exams, online examination, it also is also available. So like for say, if you wanted to take the CompTIA exams at your home in your office, you can do so. And more announcements is already posted in our website.
Okay.
All right. No more questions, guys. Sir Vince, you have any more to
Guys,
add?
thank you for joining us dito sa mga naging webinar session natin. I hope you learned a lot and stay safe. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. So please
Thank you.
wait for an email. We'll be also sending a certificate. So I hope you could because I'm checking on the login names. Some of it are not complete, so it will be a challenge for us to match it in our registration list. Please do drop an email to us if you have attended, and then we will send you a digital certificate for this one as well. And of course,
Good.
including the link
Good.
to the recorded session. For those who have attended our previous webinars, we'll be also providing you the certificate and the link for that. So there. So if
So
you
who
have
will be provided, Abigail, April, for the course outline to Server 2016?
Miss April, sorry, my name is Grace. I
Ay,
forgot.
sorry, April Day kasi yung kausap ko lagi sa inyo eh.
Yes, yes.
Anong pangalan mo?
My
Maylene?
name is Grace. Yes. I'm from the
Ah,
sales
yeah.
team as well. So
Yeah.
April, who's handling your account, will basically send you the
Yeah.
details on that. Again, we will
Okay.
provide you the our course catalog for the virtual IoT and more and the other details. And then for and we will have more of this webinar sessions in the next few weeks.
Mhm.
So please check on our website, in the actually Facebook page. We usually post it in our Facebook page, and then we'll be
Mhm.
sending you as well as invites. All right. So there. Any more
Okay.
questions?
Thank
Gutom
you.
nata kayo lahat. Okay.
Thank you,
Wala bang
Vincent.
free food?
Thanks, Grace.
Free food. Virtual.
Di ba guys, dapat may free food.
Teka, virtual na lang din yung food. See you. So hope to see you guys in the next few months in our classroom training, or even I hope we could see you in our virtual class training. So there again, thank you on behalf of EduPro team. So again, my name is Grace Dinero. So please stay safe. God bless everyone. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you.
Vincent and Grace.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you,
Bye-bye.
Bro. Bye-bye.